Check, check. Microphone check, check 1, check 2 coming through. Hey, it's G from the Academy. And Facebook says, we're building an audience for you. Well, good. Good for you. Good for me. Right. It's the Academy of Language Therapy and Life Coaching. It's Monday is it the 24th? I think it's the 24th. Monday the 24th of April. It's the afternoon, and I've been caught up in a lot of things today. Busy. And I thought that I would give the students of the school a little bit of something extra. So we're online for next 15, 20 minutes, maybe longer. We'll see how it goes. And if you've got any questions, if you've got any topics that you'd like us to cover, then let us know. I'm here with my tablet in the office so I can check out data if you want me to check out something. If you have any grammar or language questions that you'd like to ask, then feel free to ask. If you've got any social questions you'd like to ask, then feel free to ask. If you've got any relationship questions you'd like to ask, then feel free to ask. If you've got any questions about the French election recently, then feel free to ask. Share information if you care. Share what's going on in your world, and we will progress. We will progress together. So, as usual, I'm going to scan back through Facebook, what's been going on the last couple of days, and what's been on my mind. So, if you link to the school's Facebook, or even my Facebook is Graham William Hendrey. The school's Facebook is the Academy of Language Therapy and Life Coaching. And I think I need to shave, right? Look at this. It's grey. It's white hairs coming through. Look at that. White hairs. Oh my gosh. When did that happen? Ugh. Scary. Scary stuff, right? Signs of wisdom. Wisdom. White hair is a sign of wisdom. As you get older, little elements of it come through. There we go. So looking back through Facebook, what do we got? We got Boy Meets Girl, Waiting for a Star to Fall. I posted the 80s song. I was thinking about the difference between music you hear on the radio now and music that was back in the 80s. The 80s was so looking forward. It was so positive. It was so based on principles of happiness in terms of music and enjoyment. What I listen to now, it just sounds like somebody pressed a couple of buttons on a computer and out popped this song, which sounds the same as every other song. But then, doesn't every generation feel that way a little bit? Has music progressed? I don't know. It's everything has been reduced to drum and bass, which you can't go much further than that because you just have bass or drums, I suppose. Hey, can you hear the music in the background? Somewhere in the center of town, there's a band playing, and I don't know why. I don't know why they're playing, but always some kind of celebration, always something going on. Kudos to Banska Bystrica. The Academy is coming to you from Banska Bystrica, the city in the heart of Europe. Kudos to the hockey team. Banska Bystrica hockey team just won the national championship. Well done, guys. In my opinion, hockey is a completely pointless exercise, but that doesn't mean that it's not fun. It doesn't mean that it's not fun. It doesn't mean it's not fun to go, and if you can make a career out of it, then why not? If you can make a career out of it, then why not? And I guess if you're following the hockey, it's been stressful the last couple of years because I think Banska Bystrica were runners-up last year and the year before. So close they came, and now they've won. And that will increase the positive vibes factor in the region, I think. Good for investment in sport. Banska Bystrica is the European cultural capital of sport for the year. Maybe that's a political thing, I don't know, but if there's a little bit more investment in sports, it'll be good for the youth. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, I can see you don't have any questions, so I'm just going to talk through things that I've discovered, things that I've found. I posted an article, Everything is Broken. I need to go back and check that out because I only read part of it. It looked good. I recommend it to other people. Posted the remix from our YouTube channel. YouTube channel has 10 new coaching videos uploaded this weekend. 10 new coaching videos. Go there, check them out, listen to them, take notes, upgrade your life, upgrade your thinking, upgrade everything, basically. So you need to upgrade your world the same way that you upgrade your computer. So you need to keep continuing and taking steps forward. So please take a bit of time to go to the YouTube channel. Now over 900. We're over 900 now. Over 900 videos on education and personal development, free online. And that makes us the largest content center for personal development in the country. And I know that kind of sounds hard to believe, but it just goes to show you that you can make a difference. If you work at it, slowly, carefully, methodically, over a period of time, you can actually make a big difference. So I posted one of the remixes that I did, which is audio from the live coaching sessions mixed with a little bit of music, talking about the most amazing experience that I've experienced in my life, which is the experience of childbirth. Of course, I didn't give birth. My partner gave birth, but just being there. Just be there. It makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. So, what happened? Other things going on recently over the weekend. There was a French election. There was the first round of the French election. Interesting to see the feminists protesting the female candidate. This is my tea. Note, 2 tea bags because 1 tea bag tastes like there's nothing in the cup at all. So, and who knows what's in those tea bags? Anyway, pick your own, grow your own, do your own. Yeah, the feminists protesting the female candidate is kind of ridiculous because that would be the first female prime minister in French's history, but obviously the feminists don't want a female prime minister because they're insane and not really thinking about what it is that they're doing. So, what else? Secret things happening. Yes, the school has a secret project, and I can't say too much about it right now because people who don't know will find out things, but the school has a secret project to, well, I can't really tell you, but there are images posted on my Facebook page which will point you in the right direction. The project is continuing this evening with a little test, so it's not going to be live, it's going to be somewhere around town, but if you check out the images you might get a closer, better, clearer understanding of what it is I'm not talking about. There we go. Jordan Peterson, quote, always assume stupidity before you presume malevolence. Always assume stupidity. What this means is basically, this is a quote from Jordan Peterson where he's saying, before you think that somebody's doing something for bad reasons, for nefarious reasons, for ridiculous reasons, for stupid reasons, consider the fact that it's not actually their plan. Consider the fact that they haven't actually thought things through, and that perhaps the intended result is not quite what they thought it would be, just because they don't have the requirements up there. Anyway, sometimes as somebody else pointed out, it's kind of a false dichotomy sometimes. The choice between stupidity and malevolence, deliberate negative intent. Anyway, and then I got attacked. I got attacked for saying that, for mentioning the fact that people assume things, because I always consider to assume anything to be a giant mistake. Know and act upon your knowledge. Assume nothing. Assume nothing. Assume absolutely nothing. Check the facts, and if you don't have the facts, then you just don't know. That's it. Dude, it done. It was snowing at the weekend, the middle of April, and it was snowing. There were 2 snowstorms. That's not crazy at all, is it? What else? Posted a video about fish. There you go. Mating habits. Interesting. What else? In the Now, posted... I think In the Now, isn't that RT, Russia Today? I posted Russia Today's video about North Korea. Go check it out. Oh yeah, I posted the statistics from the YouTube channel as well. The YouTube statistics. The Academy is now the largest digital content tutoring service in Slovakia. Next step, take on the world. I also posted a video of a flying car, and I don't know why they're calling it a car, because it's actually a plane, but they call it a car. Maybe that'll make people think it's a car. But if you call a cup a spaceship, it's still a cup, right? What do they say? A duck by any other name is still a duck? I'm sure it's not a duck, but anyway, there you go. Moving on, the Truth About Cancer website online has produced a series of short films about vaccinations. If you want more information about vaccinating your children, and you want statistics, analysis, and research, not just opinion, then visit thetruthaboutcancer.com and you can see what's available there. I also posted a coaching sample dealing with the stress of schools, where I talk one of the clients of the school through a situation where they're feeling a lot of stress about the exams coming up. And I know that a lot of students have a lot of exams coming up, and I wish you well. Other things that were happening, I posted Mike Chernovich's Cigar Night video, very interesting political perspectives. I took a picture of the sunset and posted that as well. And you will also find on my page a picture of the front cover of Variety magazine with Chelsea Clinton wearing a Bill Clinton t-shirt that says rape on it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and more secret pictures about secret plans. But that's enough, right? That's enough. So, remember, you can join the Academy of Language Therapy and Life Coaching's Facebook page. We also have a private coaching group. You can apply to join that if you'd like more than the average. If you'd like more than the average, you can join the private closed coaching group. Just type into Facebook, the Academy of Language Therapy and Life Coaching. Tra-la-la-di-da-di-da-di-da. More information about our courses, nsa-slovakia.com, nsa-slovakia.com. Right. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get our videos first. Yes. Right. Hey, check that out. The sun is now shining off my tablet. Enough's enough. News stories. What's going on? Now, if it's not local, does it matter? I'm not sure. I mean, one of my philosophies is that it's the local news that's important on a bigger scale. It's hard to affect things we're meant to feel. I don't know. It varies from situation to situation. Anyway, drudgereport.com. Drudgereport.com is the website for news, views, reviews, and all the latest cool stuff that is happening. Do you like the little library in the background there? These are all the books that I've picked up. Trying to reconnect. Little circle going around and round and round, like a circle in the sand. Okay. It says your signal is weak. It's not. It's strong. Love isn't hard. It's strong. So, look at all these cool books. I got lots of books about drama, lots of books about assessment, writing, everything about everything. There are a lot of books about legal English. And I'm going to give it away. I'm going to give away my library in about a month. So stay tuned. If you're interested in any books about education, about learning, about the English language, I will be giving away my library on a first come, first served basis. So stay stoned, tuned. Stay tuned. That's it. Stay tuned, and you get a chance for that, right? Drudgereport.com, first story. Silicon Valley takes on the flying car. It looks like there might be some progress in this. Now, a lot of countries are developing their versions of the flying car. In the past, it's been basically a black hole for people to throw money into, and personally, I don't think the governments are going to let people have flying cars because people can't even drive on the ground. What kind of chaos are they going to have in the sky? Can you imagine it? How are you going to stop and breathalyze somebody if they're flying around up there? It's look. It's one thing to let men fly around up there, you know. Freaky. I don't know. Maybe taxis. Maybe they'll do it with taxis. Some kind of special taxi service might work. But I don't think that individual people are going to be allowed to get in their car and take off into the sky. Although that would be so cool, you know. Dreams becoming realities. We'll see what happens. Anyway, the article is saying that the tech industry is fond of disrupting things, and perhaps they will be making inroads, indentations in the car market. More than a dozen startups backed by deep-pocketed industry figures, along with big aerospace firms, and including the company Uber, and even the government of Dubai are taking on the dream of the flying car. What next? Of the flying car, and then they'll have the flying bike, the flying bicycle, the flying house. Imagine that, your house could just take off. How cool would that be? Sweet, huh? Sweet. So there are challenges, no doubt, with the technology and government regulations, because government doesn't like competition, does it? So, perhaps the biggest hurdle will be convincing the public to part with their money. I love the idea of being able to go out in my backyard, hop in my flying car, said a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. Yes, he's probably going to have the money for it. Oh my God, I cannot imagine the future of flying cars. But yeah, well, you never know. I mean, the last 100 years saw a lot of changes in technology, and if you consider it, it's kind of interesting that in 1903 was the first official powered flight, right? And then by the 1950s we had jet planes, and when do we have Concorde? Like 1969 Concorde? I think it was 1969. So that's in the space of 65 years. In one lifetime, we went from not being able to fly at all to Concorde. You know, Paris, New York, 3.5 hours. That's pretty incredible, really. Anyway, why do all fruit teas taste the same? They all taste exactly the same. Basically, like they've got no fruit in them. Anyway, So what else is happening with the flying car? The article is from the New York Times. New York Times technology section. So I'll post the links maybe after the video. If I can. I'm doing the videos remotely now like this because Facebook kept shutting me down on my computer due to its censorship rules. They were censoring my ship, basically. There we go. There's pictures of test flights. There's university information. There's a special Federal Aviation Administration category for ultralight aircraft that does not require a pilot's license. You can fly something without a pilot's license. Wow. It's only for recreational flying in uncongested areas. You know, I had a student who was a pilot, and I asked him about how does it work when there's no traffic lights in the sky and you're flying, and how does it work? He said, "Oh, you just look out the window and check that the space is clear," which is kind of a little bit crazy if you ask me. I guess if there's not that many traffic in the skies, I guess you can do that. And when you're flying quite slowly, I imagine if you're flying a jet, you can't really do that. Anyway, so Silicon Valley also has competition from France, and I know that Slovakia also has a flying car, which is not going. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. I told investors last year it's not going to happen because it's too big, and I've seen better versions, and the thing looks ugly, and it's just a giant hole for money. But people don't listen, do they? They don't listen. Anyway, there are no shortage of skeptics happy to point out the roadblocks for the vehicles. There's already significant resistance. I mean, if you can't fly drones around, how are they going to let people fly cars around, right? Yeah, perhaps like an Uber system might actually work. You never know. Okay. Moving on. More technological information. This is from theweek.com. High-tech cities' future will be utterly lonely. Oh yeah, the more we become addicted to the technology, the less we interact with each other. The more time we spend with technology, the less we communicate with each other, which is kind of weird because I'm using technology to communicate with you right now. I think what's interesting is the interface where technology now rests between people. In the past, in history, people communicated face to face, but now you can communicate with almost anybody, almost anywhere in the world. Isn't it fantastic? Isn't it great? You can Skype with people on the other side of the planet and interact with them in real time. I mean, what an incredible leap for a generation. You know, when I was a teenager, we still had those rotary telephones where you go, you know, it like took a minute to dial a number. And if you made a mistake, you had to go through the whole process again. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Right. According to theweek.com, humans are inherently social animals, and our health suffers if we are cut off from social. Of course it does. We are tribal creatures. We belong to the tribes. So it's no wonder so-called loneliness epidemic is being called a public health crisis. It is the growing number of old people living in old people's homes is staggering because their families don't have time for them or don't want to take care of them. It's pretty shocking. I don't know about you and how you want to be living in 30, 40 years, but I do not want to be thrown into an old people's home and left there to be taken care of by some nurses who are probably even more lonely than the old people who are working there. Anyway, as we sit on the cusp, on the edge of massive technological advances, the future could exacerbate this growing problem. What a great word, exacerbate, make worse. Loneliness can happen to anyone. It is indiscriminate of age, country, or social status. In Britain, more than 1 in 8 people say they don't have a close friend. What an amazing statistic. In Britain, 1 in 8 people say they don't have a close friend. And the number of Americans who say they have no close friends has roughly tripled in recent decades. Links provided in the article. And I will provide links at the end of the session. Right now, pay attention. A large portion of the lonely people are actually young. Almost 2/3 of 16 to 24-year-old Britons say they feel lonely. One pervasive source of our loneliness is technology. In other words, the fact that we don't actually know how to make friends. Oh my God, wow. This is the sound of thousands of people cheering in the center of town. I guarantee you it's because something of no consequence has happened. Any idea? Anybody know what's happening in the center of town? Does anybody know why the center of town has a stage and music bands and people cheering? I bet you it's a sports event. I bet you it's something to do with sport. That's usually quite pointless, right? While technology offers us an easy way of keeping in contact with friends and meeting people through apps, through friendship apps and dating. Has anyone ever used any of those dating apps? That's kind of scary. I mean, if a person doesn't have the guts or the courage to walk up to you and talk to you, what does that say about them and their life and the possibilities and opportunities that people have? I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? So, researchers at the University of Essex have found that having a phone nearby, even if we don't check it, can be detrimental, negative to our attempts at connecting with others. Smartphones have transformed post office lines from a chance for some small talk with the neighbours to an exercise in email checking. Yeah, the more we use technology, you know, very often the less we really do communicate with each other, especially in offices, if you work in offices. I was thinking about this today, actually. I was thinking about the fact that printers now have the Bluetooth features where you can remotely print. You know, before people used to go to the printer photocopier and used to hang out there and talk, and that's all disappeared now. And these little situations where people communicate key pieces of information can be the glue in some organizations that keeps them together, basically. You know, it's interesting that the coffee shop that's opposite my office, the Barzoos, advertisement, Barzoos coffee, the coffee shop that's opposite my office does not have Wi-Fi in it. So, shock of shocks, you actually have to talk to each other. Cool, huh? Old school. Old school. Yes, hardcore. You know the score. By 2050, more than 66% of the world's population will be living in so-called smart cities. Smart for who? Right. Technology cannot be smart. Only people can be smart. Get it through your heads. These are metropolitan areas where everything will be digitally connected. Today, some people have smart thermostats, refrigerators, smoke detectors, partners, mothers, fathers. Oh, no, I just invented the last part. Tomorrow, we'll have smart hospitals, farms, highways, food. And it's likely all of these pieces of technology will talk to each other. Yeah, the technology will be talking more than the people. We'll probably get to that in another article. Anyway, connected devices will monitor everything from air quality to energy usage and traffic congestion. They'll monitor the speed of your heart. They'll monitor your thoughts. They'll tell you what to think, how to think, when to think, and remind you that you're free. Yes. Smart cities. Oh no, smart city seeds are already being planted around the world. Oh, interesting use of language. Okay. A council in London has an intelligent personal assistant designed to help residents locate information. My God, robots telling us what to do. Whatever next. The world's first driverless bus service has already come to the French city of Lyon. Yes, less jobs for people. Hooray. A hotel in Japan has deployed human-like robots called actroids. I'm not sure this is a good idea. I don't want to meet robots. I want to meet people. 47% of UK jobs are already at risk of being automated in the next 20 years. Bye-bye jobs. 29% of administrative and support service jobs and 72% of transport and storage jobs in London are at high risk. It's coming. Can't stop it. It's coming. We're doing it to ourselves. Thanks to self-service checkouts and home delivery services, technology is creating less of a need for us to actually interact with those around about us. Eventually we will be sent things that we don't even order, just because. Message bots like Google Assistant, Siri, and Amazon's Alexa will be able to suggest restaurants, hotels, chat-up lines, and no, I invented the last part. This is already happening in places like Tel Aviv, where everyone over the age of 13 can receive personalized data such as traffic information. Yada 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 yada. Okay. Not all is lost. So here comes the positive side. When we ask people to think about their city aspirations, we find social connectedness comes out top of the list. Does connectedness actually mean being social? Perhaps they are two different things. Vancouver has launched initiatives to tackle isolation. I guess you have to track it before you tackle it. After a survey revealed a quarter of residents feel lonely in Vancouver. Lovely. Come to Vancouver. Sit at home by yourself. Surf the net. Order pizza. As tech companies develop creative solutions to make cities more efficient, do we really want things to be more efficient? Efficient for who? We can only hope they'll be mindful to the effects of change on city dwellers' well-being. And as every year 1% more people live in cities, it grows and it grows and it grows. And where it stops, nobody knows. Hey, there's a man called Jack. Moving on. There's a man called Jack Ma. Have you heard of him? He's a business guru. In fact, Fortune magazine named him one of the world's great leaders, and you've probably never heard of him if you're not working in business. He predicts that technology will make CEOs relevant in the not too distant future. This is money.cnn.com. Money.cnn.com. This is CNN's technology section. Jack Ma says in 30 years, the best CEO could be a robot. According to Mr. Ma, good name, in the next 3 decades, the world will experience far more pain than happiness. Well, he's giving us positive news, isn't he? The billionaire said, adding that education systems must raise children to be more creative and curious, or they will be ill-prepared for the future. Right? Education systems. Systems. Can systems be creative? I don't think they can. I don't know. What do you think? You think systems can be creative? I don't think they can. Anyway. Robots are quicker and more rational than humans. Yes, but it's that irrationality that makes some things interesting, like watching a football match for some people, for example. If it was robots, you'd know exactly what they're going to do and it would be boring, right? Anyway, the CEO expresses optimism that robots will make life better for humans in the long run. Machines will do what human beings are incapable of doing. So, like thinking, basically. Writing any good songs, apparently. Driving. And so on. Anyway, Jack Ma is more relaxed about the outlook than other global tech leaders like Elon Musk. Elon Musk said that artificial intelligence is the greatest existential threat to humans, even though he's investing in it. There we go. And on and on. If you want to read more about it, it's at money.cnn.com. That's enough technical stuff. Okay, here's the final news item for the day. I have no idea how long I've been online for. I said 30 minutes, and the cheering sounds continue from the centre of town. It's definitely not political because people don't get excited about that anymore. The dailytelegraph.co.uk, their section for men, has an article entitled "White Collar Fight Club: How I Transformed from Office Worker to Punching Machine." So, what's happening? I think people are just getting frustrated with the world around about them and are taking things out on each other physically, rather sadly. It's about the fact that more and more fight clubs are developing in society, especially throughout Britain. White collar boxing has boomed over the last decade in Britain, spreading from the US to the UK with the help of televised celebrity bouts. Watch people who are, I don't even know what a celebrity is. It's somebody whose opinion you don't really know anything about, but you know their name or something like that. I don't know. Let men and women with day jobs train like pro boxers for a number of weeks. These programs are designed to help people with no experience prepare their fighting skills. Good idea? Bad idea? Society falling apart? I don't know. I guess you got to get the aggression out somehow, right? All this sitting around with technology has kind of made life stagnant for a lot of people. You got to get up, you got to get out, you got to move. Whether it's boxing or judo or kung fu or karate or jogging or whatever it is, or if you just want to do Krav Maga like I did last year, that's pretty cool. So if you don't know what that is, check it out. It's a police military training that gives you a different perspective on the non-dogmatic elements of fight skills. Anyway, I think the article is interesting as a sign that we do need to stay sharp, but fighting with ourselves is not really gonna show that we have progressed much as a society for the future. Anyway, if you want to read about this is basically an advertisement for men to go out and fight each other. So you want to read more about it, it's at telegraph.co.uk. So we covered 4 articles, and the source is drudgereport.com. So if you're interested in more information about what it is the school does, the Academy of Language Therapy and Life Coaching, link to us on Facebook. Check out the YouTube channel. 10 new videos on coaching posted this weekend. Like, subscribe, share if you care, do all those things. We take questions and answers now, so feel free to write in and give us a question, and we'll answer it in video format for you. We're trying to present as much information as we can to make you, to help you take steps forward in the right direction, helping you make those little corrections that we all need to make. Right. That was a review of some news. If you got any articles that you'd like us to cover, send us a link and we'll be happy to do that. What else is going on? As I said, secret things. So keep in touch, and wherever you are, have a great day. Get outside, get yourself some sunshine, and enjoy the time that you have. Sweet. Speak to you soon. My name's G. Take care.